I can hear a fan. Yeah.
Okay, if she's ready, then we're all ready, right?
Are you ready? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, she's like, oh, I don't have my makeup. It's fine.
Obviously,
She doesn't have her lashes on.
There's presentations that we have to maintain.
It's true, right? She's like, my blue eyes need my lashes.
You can't just show up and do a show. I mean, you gotta be prettified.
It's true.
Like
Takes
three of us are. Devon, he's like, you know what? I don't want to be live this episode. I just want to still frame it the whole time.
That's what he's doing.
Devon, can you hear us right now, bud?
I was wondering if his.
Oh, Devon, it's okay, buddy.
Well, he's here in spirit.
It's okay.
I was wondering.
So we're gonna remove one and add in the other.
He's back. Different angle.
Yeah. Taylor, you having a hard time with the internet?
I was, but I'm good now. Are you connected to the internet?
Yeah, and I'm not sure what's going on. So I had to go from my iPad to the phone.
I kind of like the creepy you hanging over you, though.
Those eyes, man. Mm.
And now, what is going on?
Welcome to Table Talk. Nothing has changed.
This is the 118th attempt to get this
only
right.
Done it 118 times.
Yeah.
And, we like to keep it real.
This probably won't be it, but maybe next week.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Yeah, we had this in a long time, and now all of a sudden, the internet decides to go crazy.
Internet's like
I could still hear you guys. I was still there.
Yeah. You know what?
Oh, no. What did you say about Taylor?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, no. What did Mo say about Taylor?
No, I didn't say anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just jump straight to our guests before anything else happens, anything else goes on. You want to contact any of us, you see the handles at the bottom of the screen.
They look good.
Your live interaction, very much welcome. So if you have questions for our guests, please feel free to post them. Dante says, hey, y'all.
Dante.
And then we say, hey, y'all, to the one and only former co-worker, partner, I guess you could say, at Aces and Eights back in the Team 3D era. He is the one and only Wes Brisco. Wes, how are you, sir?
Welcome.
Doing good, man.
What's going on, man?
There he is.
Man, I'm happy to be here, man. What an honor. Thank you guys so much for having me on your show, man. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to actually just getting to kick it with Devon, my brother.
Good times.
Had some good times in TNA.
Man, I was, talking about a little bit earlier that how you were kind of more of a father figure to me a lot of times in TNA, where a lot of times our checks weren't maybe there on time, and you picked up a lot of our bills, and there's a lot of times that there's times that didn't have money to sleep in hotels, and you've always offered a bed. You've always been one of those guys that really helped out the younger wrestlers that were really, the wrestlers that you could tell that really were hungry. You helped them out, and man, you were more than a tag partner. You were more than an Aces and Eights member. You were more than a mentor. You're a father to me. I mean, there was a lot of times where, we would travel down the road, and I remember there was this crazy story. We pulled up to this one hotel. I mean, this is super late, and it was a super sketchy hotel in the middle of nowhere. And we walk in. He's like, man, first we got to check the bed. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, man, we got to check the bed. And I'm like, huh? He pulled out the sheets, turned on the light. He goes, you see that? Them are bugs now. We out.
Oh, no.
We had a bug with another one. And guess what? Other one had bugs. So, at that point, we decided the best thing to do was maybe get some adult beverages and sit in front of the airport and wait for our flight to come in.
Yes, we did. And Matthew was with us.
Yes, it was one of the coolest stories, because we just sat there in front of we were all safe. There was no drink and driving. We were parked completely right at the rent-a-car place. Keys were out, sitting outside of the car. Nothing, nothing legal, but we were just sitting there telling stories, having a couple brewskis, waiting for them to open up so we could catch a flight home, because all the hotels had bugs. I mean, we went to 2 different hotels, and they all had bed bugs.
Did Devon suggest both of those hotels?
It was the only. I'm talking about. We're in the middle of nowhere. Like there's no choice. Like there was no like. Trust me. If there was a Hilton or even a Holiday Plus, or Super 8 or any of those, we would have stopped. But these were all motels. These are. We were out in the sticks.
All right, you're off the hook, Devon.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing how that's only happened twice in my career. Once I was in WWE, we were in San Diego. It was either San Diego or San Francisco. And we weren't that far from the arena, but yet there were no hotels. And the one sketchy hotel me and Bull Buchanan stayed at. And I remember I saw somebody's underwear was in the bed. I was like, oh, God.
Ew.
The toilet was flushed. I was just like, oh, this is not good. So I took my stuff and went in the car and slept in the car. And
like
I think
complimentary that came
Did you
with the
take
room.
the underwear with you or no?
You used it as a little pillow,
Oh,
It happened to us, Devon. Remember when we were on our way home from California when you had your stroke and we were like dead tired. It was like midnight and we were trying to find a spot. And I think we were in, I don't know, Arizona. I don't know where we were. I don't know. It started with an A. Huh?
Albuquerque.
Okay. Well,
So
that
it's
was
not
terrible.
Albuquerque now.
They changed our room and it was a Holiday Inn. They changed our room like 3 different times. The first time we went in, there was a big cockroach right in the bathtub. Then we went downstairs and we're like, no, we're not staying here. It's dirty. Then the second room, there was hair all over the bathroom and Devon's checking the bed. And he does that every single time we stay anywhere. First thing he does is rip up the sheets. And I'm like, he's like,
No,
oh,
he
I got to check the bed.
No, he taught me that lesson. He taught me, and now from now on, I do that. And I've spotted stuff now. So now it's like, no, you got to be smart with it. You got to check your thing, man. You always got to check your bed because you never know. And that's why you never leave your luggage on the floor either. You always set it on top of that little luggage.
Because see, here's the deal: the housekeeping will not take care of those rooms like they would their own bedrooms, because they do so many. They do so many, so it's like it's a job, and it's like, okay, you're tired, you're doing the same routine over and over again. So to them, they're gonna try to make it look as presentable as possible, but yet they forget about the nooks and crannies underneath the bed, underneath the pillows, and things like that. It's not the same.
Nope.
And that's what I love about the WWE is that you always stay in 5-star hotels. I love that as a producer because they pay for it. And so here it is, you pull up and it's like, oh, I love it. Taylor Lane's coming, my wife is coming with me on the road all the time because she gets to enjoy those hotels.
Oh yeah, well
they're nice.
We had a couple, like 1 or 2 times of some nice hotels, but back in our days, it was pretty much we would fight for our own. But that's what made us harden, and that's what kind of brought us all together. I think was the.
Well, I think it's safe to say too that this new generation is spoiled. A lot of them didn't have to do what we did, and even being on that level, main eventing Aces and Eights on TNA, we were still having to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like once we had arrived, it was over. The bad times were over, and I'm not going to necessarily say those were bad times. Because I had fun times, even though I was probably angry because the bed had bugs in it, but it was still, you look back on.
Weren't we also the #1 selling merch for the company?
Yeah, we really were. Aces were great. I mean, we did a good job. I mean, and it was great working with you and Garrett and, Knox and Doc, who I call Doc still, is Gallows, and Elo.
Yep. It was one of the best times there. I remember there was this crazy time, so one time in TNA they decided to bring a bunch of MMA fighters, and I don't know if you remember the story, but so they brought in I believe they brought in King Mo. They also brought in Rampage Jackson and Tito Ortiz. And we're having this match, and all of a sudden I get slapped in the face, and I'm like, look around, and Rampage Jackson decided to like slap me in the face while I'm getting booted by Samoa Joe. So I turn around and I punched him as hard as I could in his ankle, which, you know, you could see it on TV. He kind of jugs, and then I roll out, I tag, and I get hot. I tell Devon, I don't care. He's an MMA fighter, whatever. We'll have to throw it down. And he's like, no, we're on live TV, Wes. You have
Wes, cut this shit.
I'm like, no, like this ain't cool. Like, no, he just slapped me. I was like,
Yeah.
this ain't cool. This ain't cool. And Devon looks
So-
at me. He goes, Wes, please.
Yeah, and I remember Wes Gat tagged you back in, and then you're in there with Rampage again, and all of a sudden I can see it in your eyes, and I'm like, Wes, cut the shit out. Stop. God damn it, stop. I was like, he's working you. He doesn't know how to work. He's new to this. Stop it, God damn it.
The sad is I can see this whole conversation like playing out right now. Because that's exactly what Devon sounds like. Like
Oh, he didn't like that.
Look at me.
He said, nope.
Wes, no, like Devon has that control over you because, like, you know, he's a father figure to me. And of course, you know, whatever he says, I'm going to do because not only out of respect and love, I just, you know, I look at him as a father figure. Of course, I'm going to listen to, you know, what he says, you know, and it's always the right thing. But at the time, I'm a hothead, you know, I'm all, you know, I don't care. I'm going to throw down whatever happens, you know, but, you know, wasn't the time, wasn't the place.
Look, I remember a few times. I mean, I was in charge. In WWE, I was in charge of Randy Orton, Batista, and Dawn Marie, and we were all driving together. And I remember that was a motley crew, if there ever was a crew, right there. And then, you know, coming to TNA, you know, with you and Garrett and all that, that was easy, man, compared to what I had to deal with. This is when Randy first came into the business. And when Randy first came in, oh my God, Randy was brutal.
Yeah,
Randy was brutal.
Yeah, we were a little bit more, I would say, I don't know, a little bit calmer than those guys. So those were two different levels. And plus, you know, we're not making the big bucks. We were still struggling to get to where we needed to be, you know. And that was the cool thing about being a part of the Aces and Eights is that we got to work everybody on the roster. There was not one person that we did not get to interact with, didn't get to wrestle with, didn't get to tell some type of storyline, no matter who came in that building during that time, because we were the hottest things there. Even though we didn't win that many matches, we still held a presence that on TV, whenever anybody came, there were going to be involvement with us, which always was such a crazy thing of like, so when you're at TV, Devon will tell you, and like I learned this a little bit in FCW and then a little bit in WWE before I went to TNA, that, you know, most of the time you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs. When we were in the Aces and Eights backstage, we were constantly doing promos, vignettes. Oh, you got to be here. You got to, like, there was never no time where, like, there was no lag time. So we were always doing cool things. And then I remember when it started slowing down and remember, like, man, this kind of sucks us being a regular wrestler because we were doing so many cool vignettes and we had to be here. We were doing so many like run-ins and like, you know, you lose track of things because we were so busy and doing so many creative and cool stuff that, like, you know, we lose track of that stuff.
Just saying this because my wife there, Taylor, I had just started meeting her doing around the Aces and Eights, and she's actually.
I was waiting for you. Go ahead.
She did not like me being at Aces and Eights, especially in the clubhouse.
I was about to say, what about the promos with all the women in the clubhouse? I was going to ask.
We actually had real strippers.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Just like, okay, good.
True. I mean,
Makes it
we
better.
had them all through, you know. You had them.
Oh.
And we would drink beer.
Oh.
they had to stop bringing us cold beer because we were drinking it so fast. They did bring us
Oh my
warm beer so
gosh.
we wouldn't drink it.
Oh my
So
gosh.
Fox and Drew were said, no, we'd drink it anyways.
Yeah, I mean, we were actually living like we were part of Sons of Anarchy. That's the way the Aces and Eights really were. We
Oh
were
yeah.
like a family. We were a clubhouse. We were everything in general. I mean, we had a good time, and I think that's why it got over so well. Because we were actually living the gimmick. We were
Yeah,
living.
and I also think people there was no holes to see. They knew that we all actually loved and wanted to work with each other. So they saw that we actually, like, when we were actually really going at it or one of us was getting hurt, we actually, like, you looked like, we looked like we want to protect each other because we loved each other. We were actually all brothers. And like, you being a tag team, that, like, when you have that relationship with your fellow partners, it just makes wrestling so much better because you already know their moves, you know what they're thinking, that's what made us. We could already, I'd look at you and you just give me a look and I'd run around the corner, slide under the ring, clothesline someone, set them up, throw them to you, spinning back elbow, bam, that's just how we would roll. We just feed off at each other.
It was great, man. It was really a good time. And I remember a few times during those promos, I got so damn drunk because somebody would either mess up their line, so we had to redo it again. Meanwhile, we're chugging these beers. By the time it got to my lines, I couldn't remember shit.
Yeah, I think they were messing up their lines on purpose too, so they could stay back there.
Drink. And the great part about it, because we were going to work in a pretend clubhouse, with everything.
With pretend strippers.
Strippers
Mm-hmm.
having fun and drinking and having a good time. And I remember a lot of people saying, man, this is what the business is like. I was like, well, this is what the business was 25 years ago, 30 years ago. I was like, when Dick Murdoch and them were all
Jack Briscoe
in the locker rooms and having fun and drinking and all that. I mean, I'm sure your father can tell stories about stuff.
Oh man, of course my uncle playing
Yep.
cards.
I mean, it was good.
Reds, drinking a shot of Jack right before he go wrestle an hour. Like that's some of the old timers. He'd be smoking a Marlboro Red, taking a shot of Jack, playing cards, and then go out there and wrestle an hour and tear the house down. Sold out show. Go for an hour.
Much respect to your uncle and your father. I mean, during the whole Reverend Devon stint, and I even told you this, your father was so inspirational in helping me through a lot of bad times because, the gimmick, it was giving me a little bit of problems. Certain people didn't like it or what have you, but your father was there to encourage me and to help me. So when you came along in TNA and you and I got to talking, it was only fitting that what your father did for me, I was going to do for you. And that's why I did what I did. It was not only out of respect for your father, but you were a genuinely good person.
Oh man, I remember so many times you would just we go to Denny's and what's it, 7 egg whites and
oh my god, he still eats the same thing.
Right? Am I not right? Wait, hold on. It's like what 7 egg whites and 1 egg, right? Am I not right?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Well, there's been so many times where I offered to pick up the tab because I couldn't be like, at least I could afford Denny's breakfast. I couldn't afford the hotel, but if you want, of course, be like, I already paid for it. That's just how he rolled. He was just.
I wish, growing up in the business as a young boy, that somebody was to do that for me. And it was unfortunate, but no one did that for me. Except for Dreamer, but not on that level. Dreamer did it in other ways, driving me back and forth from my house to the ECW arena. And, when my time in ECW, I was also working in the post office. So Dreamer lived in Yonkers, New York. Paul Heyman lived in Scarsdale. And so they would get in the car, meet me at the post office, pick me up, and then take me to the ECW arena, and we on the road from there. And so, I looked at it as Dreamer doing that for me. It's only fitting that I've got to do it for other people. Same thing with the Usos. It was like Rikishi helped me out so much, that I went on the air and said this. I said, it was only fitting that I did the same thing to the Usos. And help.
Those are my brothers right there, Jay.
Yeah.
And Usos, those one of my first matches at FCW. Those are my boys right there, straight up. The Native Americans and the Island boys, we get together. Of course, I'm a surfer. So, of course, we got that ocean vibe. So big shout out to all the Samoans, all the Polynesians out there. Love yous. Woo!
Absolutely. I mean, we had good time. But when they came to me and they said, "Hey, D, do you mind if we use 3D?" I said, "Hell yeah, use it." I said, "Me and Bubba don't do it anymore." I said, "So by all means, you're doing nothing but paying homage to us, So thank you for doing that and keeping us relevant, because of course the fans, chant 3D or they chant Dudleys. So I'm like, listen, you're keeping us relevant. So by all means, do what you got to do, my brother."
And they had the respect to come to you. Not most people nowadays will have the respect or the cojones to come up to you and actually say, "Hey, I'm going to use your move. Can I get your approval?" And that means a lot to like a lot of the older guys. Like, a lot of young guys should take that and really look at that because too, not only will they help you, they'll also help promote you or maybe make it a little bit better. So you never know. It's all about paying respect when respect's due and not just, taking something and just being like, "Oh, well, they don't use it anymore." Like that shows you the character and the people that they are.
I remember when I went and I said, "Hey, Ron, can I ask you a favor?" He goes, "What's up, Devin?" I just went, "You mind if I find Buster?" He goes, "Well, shit, fuck yeah, do it. And make sure when you do it, you pick that son of a bitch up and you take that leg and you flip it and you throw his ass down in that mat."
So me and Ron have a battle. I always send him pictures of fish I catch because Ron's a huge fisherman. So, and I keep inviting. We just haven't got the chance because me and him want to do a fishing tournament. I'm like, "Come to my pop's house." So all the time, I'm always sending him pictures of bass that I catch. And of course, it's always, damn, because I always be getting them. I'll be catching them lunkers, boy. Ron's a great dude.
Ron is a true country guy.
Oh man, no, like I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably talk to Ron at least once or twice a month. Like this, he's like, "Boy, what you be catching?" It's always, what's or like because I have a huge garden, like what you're growing, like because I got like a bunch of plants now, and I've been doing all my own gardening, and like Ron's just like he's a big old country boy, so he's like me.
He really is.
Why don't you go fishing?
Country, and it shocked the hell out of me.
Well, we're trying to get him to come fishing, but he's in Atlanta. So next time that WWE does an event, we're trying to organize where my dad comes and I want to film it where I take my dad and Ron fishing. And because my dad's lake is like, and we'll take Devon too.
I was about to say, take him. Don't forget your gloves, Devon. Yeah, tell him about the gloves.
What?
Well, you gotta wear gloves to catch a bass?
He's not
okay, so Devon doesn't like to touch the fish. So he's like, "No, that's nasty. You gotta wear a glove or something to like touch it."
He'll do that in front of Ron, though. I don't know if he would do that in front of Ron. Would you do that in front of Ron Simmons? Now, that's the question because, okay, now here's the thing: is Ron's an idol to all of us. So I know he's an idol to you. So would you, with your idol sitting there, and he'd be looking at you and going, "Devon, I'll put on them."
No, I'll probably pass it before I touch the fish. But
I think Devon needs to join this fishing tournament. Definitely.
No, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
No,
yeah, you do.
Wes, I will accept any other offer from you and Ron, but I will have to kindly decline on the fishing. This simple fact is that I can't leave Taylor my lovely wife. I cannot leave her home with the kids by herself.
I can drive down. I'll drive down.
And
Don't worry about it.
listen,
Come
I'll
hang out with
come.
the mom. That we got plenty of rooms at that family house. Come on, you're coming to Papa Briscoe's house. That's where the fishing tournament is.
Yeah.
Papa Briscoe's house feeds. We got a house.
Talia loves fishing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There you go.
we got family coming. My mama coming down. My brother, cousins from Zimbabwe, they coming down. I mean, it's everywhere, man. I mean, they coming from Brooklyn, Zimbabwe, Uganda. I mean, they have a language barrier that is very hard to understand them.
Oh my God. Okay, just stop talking.
I wouldn't want to put
What is happening?
I wouldn't want to put that on doing wrong.
Don't worry, he'll be there. Let me know the date.
Yeah.
We're gonna get on the boat.
And we go back to Aces and 8 real quick. Dante has a great question here. Did you guys have any issues from those days from other motorcycle organizations?
Actually, there was one particular thing that happened in Ireland. I went out to a McDonald's because everything was closed after a show. And Wes, I don't think you knew about this, but I went outside with the cut on. And I didn't realize Ireland is huge with bikers. I mean, they have the biggest bikers, gangs in Ireland. So I had no idea.
Clubs.
I'm sorry, clubs. I forgot to say the clubs. I remember walking with the cut on, and there was like a group of bikers. And I figured, hey, I'm Aces and 8s. I'm good, And I remember they looking at me, and I was like, what the hell? I remember Bischoff stopped me. He goes, Devon, what are you doing? I go, I'm going to get something to eat at McDonald's. He goes, Devon, give me the cut. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, you cannot walk around Ireland with this cut. I was like, because if an opposing biker club comes and sees that cut, you're going to have to explain yourself. And I was like, oh, boy.
I believe it or not, my best friend is in a pretty big club. And before I started, I had to ask him permission. I was like, dude, is this cool? Like, are you guys like, and he was like, yeah, that's cool because you guys are on TV. We actually watch it. But yeah, like I mean, if you guys want to know what club, you could probably look it on my Instagram. But I'm pretty good friends with some club members that are, people
Would
you don't
go to them for advice then?
No, I just went to them just to make sure that I was like, hey, like we're walking. It was mainly the 3-piece rocker that was my concern, is because the 3-piece in a club environment, the 3-piece rocker means that you're part of like a 1%er and part in a different category. So the 3-piece rocker, which on the back of the vest means it says no man's. So that means that there's territory no matter throughout whatever. So that means we're not locked down to a state, which, the club that I'm with, they're in every state, every country, I'm just friends with. Sorry, excuse my language. Just friends.
Oh, you're a member. Come on.
No. I'm just cool with them.
Okay.
No,
Don't do that, y'all.
I'm just friends with them. But
friends with the club, the Restless Souls. We're out here in Orlando, and the president of the club passed away a couple of years ago. His father works with me at the school, and I remember when the Aces and 8s thing happened, they were very excited. Remember the year that you came down to do the Hope for a Single Mom, and the whole biker club came down in the ring.
I was hanging out with them. I was talking with them. I knew some of them actually.
They were huge fans of the product. They were wrestling fans, but they were huge fans of the Aces and 8s because it represented bikers, and
they loved it.
They absolutely loved it. And I actually went a couple of years ago, before he passed away. I actually went to one of the parties that they had at one of the bars out in Orlando, and he said, Devon, do me a favor. I was like, well, he goes, wear the cut. I was like, are you crazy, Rob? I'm not wearing that cut. Are you out of your mind? He was like, Devon, it's okay. I've already spoke to other people. They said it's fine. Because there were two clubs there at the time. And I was like, Rob, I was like, you're going to get me shot. I was like, I had to do that. And he's like, Devon, you're fine. Trust me. And I remember calling
They
his phone.
loved it.
Yeah, they loved it. Absolutely loved it.
I told me the same thing. I was in Seattle and I'm sitting there and my buddy calls me up and he's like, hey, we're at a club in Portland. You got to get down. I'm like, hey, that's too far. My flight's this and this. And he's like, no, you're coming. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, go outside. I go outside. There's a car and 2 prospects. So I hop in the car. The car takes me. I got 2 prospects following me. And then, by the way, he's like, I hope you got your Aces and Eights vest on. I'm like, why am I like, what are you into? Like, legit in Sons of Anarchy right now. I got 2 prospects behind me. I'm in a Cadillac just chilling. The driver ain't saying nothing to me. I got like a 45-minute drive to this so-called club. And next thing I know, it's full of, a bunch of club members, and they're like, hey, so they start throwing up the symbols, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like, it was cool, but also crazy in a way because, like, they're legit. So it's like, but yet they just loved it and respected it because we also, we didn't front, we didn't portray anything that was, we portrayed it all in a positive way. Like it was no negativity portrayed, towards any club. So that's the reason why we had respect towards everybody, because we didn't disrespect any clubs. It wasn't like we were fighting other clubs. We were the only club, we were the only, there was no other thing. So that was kind of, where we, I think, got that pass.
And I remember Bischoff wanted it that way because this was Aces and Eights was Bischoff's creation. He was a huge fan of Sons of Anarchy, like a lot of us was, but he had the vision of bringing it to pro wrestling and making sure that the people that he had involved with the storyline actually looked the part. And the only difference is I didn't know how to ride a bike. So I was like, listen, this would be great. Everybody else comes in on motorcycles and all that. Let me come in on a moped.
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
We got to learn, right, Devon?
It's too scary
What?
now to ride a motorcycle. There's too many crazy drivers out there.
Yeah, they're really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody pays attention.
Especially
Nobody pays attention.
No, and that's a sad thing. I've lost too many friends, sadly, people not paying attention.
This our babysitter, actually her softball coach, he was in a really bad motorcycle accident like 2 days ago, and he's on he's in really bad shape. He broke all his ribs or something, and they were doing like a whole fundraiser thing for him. He's in the hospital now, but this just happened like 2 days ago. Somebody hit him, wasn't looking, paying attention,
Yeah,
Sad.
and that's a sad thing about the motorcycles is, people just can't see you sometimes, and that's the reason why they're so loud.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, some of the accidents that happen to motorcycle bikers are from senior citizens because it's not on purpose. It's that they're at a certain age, they should not be driving, and their judgment in terms of pulling out when they're not supposed to is kind of not there like it used to be. And that's when you hear a lot of motorcycle accidents happen because of people pulling out, cutting off bikers, and not realizing, that they should have waited. And again, I have to say, a lot of them are older people.
How about that spinning back elbow that I called out for you a couple of weeks ago at ARW that I did for you? I had to do a little homage to Devon. So one of Devon's classic moves in his comeback is that sweet, spinning back elbow that he does. In the middle of my comeback, I go, Devon, this is for you. Boom! I hit that baby. I didn't hit it as good as Devon did. But he taught me the secret, though. He taught me what to do. I can't say it on air because I'd have to charge you. But he did tell me the secret to get that spinning elbow just a little bit better.
I mean, between that, the flying headbutt off the top rope, and of course the Hulk Hogan leg drop which is why I basically am had back surgery in the first place. All those years of doing that. I mean, there was many moves and like the Street Profits in WWE. He does it, and whenever Dawkins, I remember producing the Street Profits, whoever they were working with. They would call the match in the back, and of course I had to know it. And they were like, "Yeah, well, Martez will come in, he'll clothesline you, throw you guys out, throw this one out, he'll do the dive. Then the other one comes at me, I'll duck his clothesline, I'll do the Devon spinning elbow." And I'm like, "Damn, I got a name for my spinning elbow."
Yeah, dude, that's like, and like every time I like, because when people see me do it, they're like, "Oh, where'd you learn that?" I'm like, "Devon," like, and they like kind of looked at me funny. I was like, "Man, you don't ever remember his comeback? Like, come on now, like
Same comeback 20 years.
it's the sweetest when Devon does it. Is like butter. Like, I actually today before doing this, like, I was watching like his top 10 moves, and of course, that's one of his top 10 moves. But
Where Devon had 10 moves?
yeah, I think he has more. There was the top 20 actually, but nah, I only had time for the 10. Only had time for the 10.
Yeah, like Booker T told everybody, the work of the group is still in WWE.
Yep. Yep.
That's good stuff. But we've taken a lot of your time. I have no doubt there are so many stories left to uncover. We're gonna have you back so you can keep sharing these stories. But I know you have your own podcast. You're online. Where can people check all this stuff out?
You can check me on Instagram, Wes Brisco 19. You can check me on Twitter, Wes Brisco, and then you can also check out the Brisco and Big Ace show. And then I also have a YouTube channel called The Adventures of Brisco, where I do vlogs and stuff like that. So I have a bunch of things going on, and there's a bunch of new content that I'm about to post out, from surfing to fishing to deep water spearfishing with sharks, all kinds of crazy stuff that I do. I do all kinds of wild and crazy activities.
Okay, we get it, Wes. You're a man's man. Okay, now, all right.
Make sure you let us know about that fishing tournament so Devon can make sure he makes it.
Definitely.
Overseas in the UK, so
Why are you lying?
don't worry about that.
What? He's cutting out. What did he say?
Don't listen to the redhead over there. She don't know what she's talking.
Just let me know the date. I'll make sure he's there.
I'll get him on, and I'll make sure Ron calls him too, because he can't say.
Yeah, he can. I was about to say.
To me, I really appreciate.
Can't say no to Ron.
No.
Hey, thank you. Pleasure as always, and I will definitely be talking to you soon. And again, give your best to your father, and tell him I can't wait to do his podcast with him and JBL, and I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, peace, love, and happiness to everybody. Nothing but love. Everyone, stay cool. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye. Oh, okay. Hey, welcome back to Table Talk. Hey.
All right. Yeah.
Awesome. He seems so nice.
Clicking off, and I was about to click off. I was like, wait a minute. I'm not clicking off.
Wait, you're going to leave? Okay.
There was a story that I wanted to talk about. And of course, I forgot what it was. Taylor, do you remember? I was like, I'm going to talk about this on the show. And it had something, I forgot what it was. We saw it on HLN.
Amber Heard. It was Amber Heard. It was when we were in the car, and you said, oh, something about the poop thing, and then I was like, okay, Amber Heard, and you were like, who's that? And I was like, oh, remember?
Did you learn all about it?
Yeah, I told him. He was like, wait, she shit on his pillow, and I was yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, well,
are you not following that whole trial? Oh. Who are you?
You know that, and like she admit to it that she did it, and apparently.
Yeah. She did it as a joke, I guess. Like her and her friend, she did it as like a joke. Like they were gonna prank Johnny, and let me just take a poop on his pillow.
I will say this: I'm happy that she got exposed. Because she tried to do him dirty, and meanwhile she was doing dirty
Mhm.
and,
Yeah.
and exposed. And the great thing about it is, the media and the fans, sometimes they always jump one side stay on one side, and they actually during this whole time, I haven't been keeping up with it like some people, might be, but but from the little bits that I hear, the fans are even turning on her now because they realize she's full of shit.
Yeah, they removed her from the Aquaman movie.
Mhm.
Good. I mean,
Have they officially done that, or is it just a petition to do so?
I don't know. I read something today that it was officially done. Like, she's removed. She got replaced and everything by another actress.
Yeah, I'd heard something about that.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure if that had actually happened. Yeah, that's a...
Yeah, it was like the most signed petition on change.org.
Wow. Yeah, I know my mom has been glued
Mine
to
too.
this whole situation, and it's, keeping her busy, so I'm okay with it, but that's all I'm getting all day are texts about, or TikToks about it, and I'm just...
I know, me too.
It's all like...
My mom does the same thing.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
So she's still in Aquaman 2. She's still in it, but they've cut the amount of screen time she's in, so she'll be on for less than 10 minutes.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
Good.
And
Good. I mean, yeah.
Well, okay. I wanna put my 2 cents out there because I do the daily radio show. Somehow we haven't really talked about this on the podcast. We haven't talked about this. While the media and everybody's rooting for Johnny Depp, people need to realize they're both trash. Both sides of them are horrible people. Johnny Depp is not innocent here either. Like, Amber is a horrible person, but Johnny Depp also is abusive. So I don't think any side should be glamorized on this.
Well, no, but I'm glad though it's not just one side, and he's getting buried. I mean, grant you,
No,
I don't
she's
know.
getting buried. It is one side. It's just the flip side.
What do you mean? I'm lost. What do you mean?
Okay,
but what Devon's saying is that it's not pinned on Johnny Depp being like the guy who's the abuser, because it's always the guy who's abusing the girl, never the girl who's getting at the guy.
And she got caught.
It's a role reversal, but it is still very one-sided, though.
Yeah, and if you hear what they've been sharing, what he says even to her, I mean, it's abusive.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the whole cutting of the finger thing gets me too.
Oh yeah.
She done threw a bottle at the man's finger and got a piece of his finger off. That was kind of gross.
Throw a bottle at me, I'm putting your ass to a table. Simple as that.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't play that.
Yeah, well.
Anyway.
This is going to be used.
I saw a TikTok. I know, right? I saw a TikTok.
I'll be the first one. Your Honor, I did it. I threw her ass to a table. You're damn right I did.
Okay, just hell of a truck.
This should have a jar of it.
I saw a TikTok. I was just about to say that when she was like, I don't really remember, but it was like a jar of something, and then it pans to Johnny Depp and his attorney, and he's like, a jar of dirt.
Yep. And then
that
all
was
the people
funny.
are just like doing the
Yeah.
Jack Sparrow run. I mean, it's entertaining, if anything. I mean, it's bad for everybody.
Now,
It's about money,
but, Yeah, it's all about money. It's all it is.
Oh, you said Johnny Depp is not a good guy, but I've never heard anything negative about him in the media.
I mean, to me, it's pretty evident that he obviously has a little bit of a drinking problem. And like the tapes and stuff, and like, he's even said about how much he drinks and stuff like that, and how he would work, all day long doing the shows or the movies and stuff, and then come home and drink or whatever. And in the recordings and stuff that she has, obviously he is drunk in like majority of them, if not all of them, but my thing as a woman though is like, I don't know. Like, why did she feel like she needed to record absolutely everything? Right. If you weren't planning this eventually, you know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't have had to document everything unless you were planning to use it for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot. I mean,
what did you say?
I know that all so well.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's so much to it. It doesn't matter if she's planning this or not. He still got inebriated. He still acted out of line. He was still abusive, as was she. It was just a toxic relationship that did not benefit either of them.
Yeah.
You know, Dante points out here he got fired from Pirates and Fantastic Beasts franchises because of her accusations.
Yeah.
Thing is, also on the exact same trial, he talked about how he never planned on going back to Pirates of the Caribbean anyway. So
Really?
it's hard to use that argument, like the Fantastic Beasts, sure. But the Pirates
Wasn't he?
said they could pay him $300 million and he won't go back.
Wasn't he in the set of filming Pirate 7 though? When this happened?
Have you seen a Pirate 7?
Well, no, but he was getting ready to film it, and then they pulled it.
Yeah, they pulled the whole movie, but that's not
Yeah.
his fault.
Right. And the whole point of this is that he's suing her for defamation, basically, right?
Yeah, because she
I
put
think
out a one-page article,
Yeah.
like the full-page article years ago, talking about how he's an abuser or whatever. And, yeah, so he's just trying to get that money back.
Right.
It's a bad
And get his name
situation,
cleared,
but
basically. Yeah.
And then when they talk about it, he's like, well, my island here, and then my house here, and we have so many bedrooms and so many bathrooms. And I'm just like, must be nice to
What's
have
50
an
million?
island.
What's 50
And,
million? Yeah.
yeah, you know, it's fine.
Yeah. Can I have some? Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, Daniel points out Amber did a lot of it for attention. The court psychologist said she had borderline personality disorder, which is fine. But then, you know, she should have gotten help as her lover. He should have tried to get her help then. I mean, like, you can't blame a mental illness for all of the toxicity.
Right.
They both have problems. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
And I think Amber's going to come out looking the worst, obviously. And Johnny Depp's going to be able to get some work pretty quickly, I think. So, you know, regardless of who wins or loses the trial, Johnny Depp's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And she'll be known as Amber Heard.
Amber Heard.
Amber Heard, the girl that
Dog stepping on a bee.
The girl that pooped on the pillow. Shut up, God.
If nothing else. she'll be the one to
Oh,
do
yeah, that girl. She pooped on that pillow.
I just don't know one. She wiped her ass after she's done. That's
I mean, I would hope so. That's,
I mean,
I didn't even think about that.
videos where somebody poops on the floor somewhere or something like that, just pull their pants up and walk out like them doing it. And it's like, okay, you pooped in somebody's yard or you pooped on the floor in your boss's office or what have you, but yet all you did was pull your pants up and walk right out. You didn't even wipe your ass.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, hopefully you walked to the bathroom. So, I mean,
I don't know. I mean, if you're somebody that poop on the floor,
maybe she had
probably don't
some
wipe
wet
herself.
wipes with her. Maybe she went mobile with it. I don't know.
Well,
No.
all right.
Uh,
All right.
She's like, I'm good, actually. Let's change the subject.
No, if we're talking about it, we got to talk about it because he asked some fair questions. About
We're
the
going
moment,
really
that
deep
moment.
right now. What is happening? We're
It's
going
trying to
really
find
deep
logistics.
into some shit.
Yeah.
Like, literally. For real.
going
Literally.
deep,
Yeah.
deep.
Wait, what?
Okay.
On that topic, Taylor, have you ever helped Devon with any pranks?
Pranks.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I've pulled pranks on him.
Well, yeah, I don't doubt
Like
that.
simple ones. Simple ones. Like I didn't shit on his pillow or nothing. But
Oh, okay.
you know,
you
saran
Not
wrap
yet.
the toilet seat so when he goes to pee, the pee goes everywhere. I've done that a couple of
Okay.
times.
Nice.
I didn't go anywhere. I peed on myself. I remember walking and going, "What the hell?" I'm like, "No."
There's like a sprinkler around the bathroom.
Oh my God. But we've never done any like pranks together. Matthew's 18th birthday, we filled his car up with balloons.
Okay. All right.
Like loaded it. He couldn't even get into it. It was loaded with balloons, but nothing like crazy.
I think
Devon gets too serious. Like, you can't really pull pranks on him like that because he'll be ready to fight you or something,
I can see
like
that.
My best friend tried to play a prank. She's texting me, "Oh, I'm here, like outside the house. I'm gonna play a prank on Devon. I'm gonna mess with him or something." And she was like knocking on the window and like going around the house. And then Devon goes outside and he's like looking for somebody around the house because he thought somebody was trying to get into the house or whatever. He was ready to like knock my best friend to the ground. And then I was like, "Whoa, it's a joke.
He starts
It's
getting
a joke."
the table.
Yeah,
I
don't
told
do
you
it.
The tables.
that Anna, you almost got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Oh, Devon.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten
Choosing violence.
have you ever gone to like a therapist for that anger, Devon? Come on, man.
No, and for right reasons. Why? I'm a very man, yes, but people get me that way. I don't.
You want to be labeled as the angry black man, Devon?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah, Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Yeah, it was Diary of an Angry Black Man.
I did want to make a joke earlier. I didn't want to cut Wes off, though. You guys were talking about the motorcycle safety and pulling out, and I was going to ask what the hell Devon knows about pulling out.
Nothing, obviously.
Oh, that would have been so funny.
Listen,
Oh, that's great.
great part about it, I've got 6 kids and loving it. And one of the great things about it is, you know, I've had this kids. I was always married. It was never out of wedlock or anything like that. So I was good to go. I did what I had to do and procreated. I did exactly what the Bible told me to do.
That you did.
Many
When
times.
anybody makes jokes about how many kids Devon has, Devon always pulls the Bible card. Like, I'm procreating. This is what the Lord sent me to do.
Exactly. Look, the Hart family, they had what, 12, 13 kids? Stu and Ella had 12, 13 kids. What did that say? Devon what?
I said Tyler Perry's Devon Get the Tables.
Oh, that's amazing.
Make that movie happen, Devon.
Yeah.
Hey, I wish. Listen, I would love to meet Tyler Perry. If I ever met Tyler Perry, had a couple of movies, I'd be gone.
Is this a real fact? Tony Schiavone has 6 kids too.
He might. I don't know the background. I've only met Tony one time, and it was in a car at a autograph signing with Bruce Pritchard. So I don't know Tony that well. I only met him that one time. He might, but you have Matt Hardy, who has 4. Kurt Angle, I think, caught up to me. He has 6. And again, the Von Erichs. How many did the Von Erichs? How many total was the Von Erichs? Was it 7 or 8?
Yeah, probably. I think
all of Matt's kids are. All of Matt's
What?
kids are back to back to back.
Yeah, Ruby's a very brave woman for that one. But luckily she has all.
Because I got 2 that are back to back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she doesn't have all boys. The last baby they had was a little girl.
Oh, it is a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Devon, you're only 1 away from matching Sean Kemp, the NBA Legends amount. I think you need to have another one, buddy.
No, well, here's the difference.
Oh.
Sean Kemp made like $15 million a year for how many years, and probably more than that. I think he made more than that. So unless I make Sean Kemp's money back in the NBA, is the only way I would do another one. Besides, like I told Taylor, so I'm years old. I want to be able to take a trip around the world. I want to be able to walk around my house and not worry about nothing. Me and my wife just have fun. If we want to go into the kitchen, go into the guest room, go in the guest room. We want to go on the couch. My time now.
Right.
Yeah,
Already trying
what
to boot
she
our
said.
3 and 2-year-old out the house. Damn it! Pack your bags, get gone, so I can go naked.
Get a job. Let's go.
The first time they go to school, I'm like, listen, you need to pack an extra bag for stuff like that. You gotta go.
Yep. Listen, gotta go.
What a shame.
Last thing I got before we wrap up this episode of Table Talk, it's National Eat What You Want Day. So screw your
Really?
diet. Make today a cheat day if it's not too late.
Man.
We'll start with you, Taylor. What's the trashiest food you enjoy?
Shoot. A bar pizza at 2 a.m. when the place closes and you need a
Nice.
greasy pizza, I guess. And I think I speak for Devon as well when I say that.
Well, that wouldn't be my choice.
But he said trashy is like, obviously if I could eat whatever all day long, I would go for like pasta, 100%. Pasta and ice cream, peanut butter cups, I'm good,
Yeah.
But trashiest like that I can think of is that greasy pizza you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good one.
Man.
Devon, what would you pick, buddy?
You know what? I'm not a Big Mac.
That's good.
Okay.
But here's the deal. I'm not a huge McDonald's fan because sometimes I can get sick off of it. But I love their Big Macs. I think their Big Macs are great. They're quarter pounder with cheese.
Every time we get the kids chicken nuggets, it's always like, oh, Big Mac sounds so good. But no, I don't want it.
No. It just sounds good.
Because now they got the calories on everything, even on the drive-through menu. So I'll go, I'll get a Big Mac, and I look at that 1,030 calories. I'm like,
Yeah.
nope.
Yep. He's
Yeah,
one
I
of
love
those
it.
people that would like get it, and just smell it and then like eat a carrot or something, like let me just eat a carrot and pretend I'm eating the Big Mac.
Yep.
Nice.
Close my eyes like my daughter does.
Oh my God.
Big Mac.
Lindsay, what about you?
I could eat Taco Bell all day long if I could. If my stomach agreed. Oh my gosh.
I think if everybody.
How does the butthole feel?
It's fine. It's, it's fine.
Don't lie.
No, it's fine.
Which place makes the quesadilla one? Is that Taco Bell?
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
The quesadilla,
Quesadillas.
Yeah. Oh, they make quesadilla. They make
Is it Taco Bell. I've never tried that, so
the little pizza.
it looks so good on TV. And of course, go there and get it. It looks nothing like they advertise on TV.
What do you get?
For me, I get tacos, like 3 taco supremes. So I get it for my dad. When I was younger, my dad, when we went on road trips, he'd sit there, he'd order like 10 tacos and he'd just eat them and then get all over the place. And he'd be like, "You want a taco?" I'm like, "Okay." I don't know. Something about Taco Bell. I don't know. I mean, I have to be in the mood for it.
He had to live in the bathroom.
My dad, he was never around.
I bet.
Huh.
I bet.
It's all coming together.
Actually, he might still be in the bathroom.
Actually,
right now.
I haven't heard from him in a few weeks. Is he okay? But no, it's the Dorito Crunch ones. Yeah, those are good. And those nachos and cheese are good.
Maybe it's easier for you to name
Cinnamon
The
twist.
whole menu.
Cinnamon twists are good. Let's see.
Have you ever seen cinnamon twists made?
No.
They look like pasta shells. They're hard little twirly pasta shells, and they're like cooking the pasta. They put it in the grease, and it's in there for like 30 seconds, and then they puff up to. So I love cinnamon twist too, but like it's weird because it looks like a pasta shell. So
that's pretty cool. Didn't know that.
A little suspicious.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. They taste good. It's fine. I haven't died yet.
Dante wants you to know, Devon, you can actually get the Big Mac sauce at the supermarket now.
Yeah.
I heard about that. Yeah. But that's now, Taylor, you're familiar with me that the sauce is for the calories, right?
Where's the
the sauce is the worst. Where's the the McDonald's has an app. Okay, let me go ahead and promote it now.
Wow.
It's the McDonald's app. Okay, and they have rewards and coupons. You literally get free food. I get free chicken nuggets for the kids all the time. They have coupons on the McDonald's app. You get there it is right there. Boom. You click deals, and then it will show you what deals that you get to pick, and you give them a rewards number code, and then they type the code in, and boom, you can get free drinks, free fries every Friday. Boom, free large fry every Friday.
Well, but I don't see a sauce in here, though. I don't see a coupon.
Well, they won't give you a coupon for a side of Mac sauce. That's 30 cents extra. Okay?
No. At the grocery store.
Oh, at the grocery store. Listen.
He needs this in his life.
Do they have it at Dollar General?
Well, I've never seen it at Dollar General, but I'll keep my eyes peeled. Don't worry.
If somebody's watching who owns a Dollar General, or has some type of pull, you might now see it in Dollar General.
Well,
Possibly.
Dollar General, let me know about them digital coupons. I'll be there Saturday.
Yeah. Have you thought about, Dante's on a roll today? Have you thought about being on extreme couponing?
No,
Well, we
I
need a
don't do
couponing
paper
corner.
coupons. I don't do paper coupons. I don't, with my 2 children. I don't have time for that. I
But
just
that
do
reality
digital
TV
coupons.
money, though, maybe it's time for you to make some money. Devon stays home.
Yeah. Well, I have other professions that I can do other than that. It seems stressful. I've seen like extreme couponing episodes, and like they're like, okay, well, I have 150 coupons for my $700 order here, and like and the total comes down, to like $5 or $6, but the whole time it's like they're sweating because they don't know what's about to happen, if all these coupons are going to come off or not. So for me, I use the online ones.
She did it today. I came from the gym this morning.
I didn't coupon.
She comes and she goes, "You have any appointments, any doctor appointments, anything like that?" I was like, "No, why? I just want to go 25 minutes away to a Walmart." I was like, "What?"
Okay, what's the problem?
I feel like
So right now, Walmart is having a diaper clearance, not coupons, not sale, clearance. So
And Devon,
every
you're
Walmart.
getting older, buddy. You need this.
she's just looking out for you.
Okay, guys, it's for my children.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't wear-
Children. Oh, my bad.
Anyway, this Walmart was like a half hour from our house. I drove there because I saw online that they had in stock these pull-ups, and the pull-ups were only they were down from $30 to $6 on clearance.
Devon.
And I got a bunch of boxes for $6 from $30. So think about that. Like 4 boxes equals the price of 1.
I mean, this McDonald's.
That's a lot of diapers.
It ain't McDonald's.
It's a lot of crap coming from my kids.
That's a lot of crap. It could be in the bed, but it's not.
I mean, anything that is bought and sold, Taylor will find a discount for.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
Somebody you want around.
Save money. I mean, I can't begin to tell you the last time I spent a large amount of money on food, on the grocery bill, because she's the only person I know that can have $300 worth of stuff, walk out of there with $8 spent just simply because she coupons. It's like even the lady at the front is like amazed.
I went to Walgreens and I couponed at Walgreens last week, and there was a new cashier. And after she did everything, and then my receipt printed, she was looking at my receipt and looking at me like, "How did you just do that?" And I was trying to tell her, like, this is how I did it. These are the coupons. I paid like $15, but I made back $20 in like Walgreens cash. So I made money buying diapers and toothpaste. Yeah.
Wow.
You're like, listen here, kid. You're going to see me around enough. You'll understand that I get what I want around here, all right?
It got so bad at Dollar General that the guy...
Are you on the window? Is your picture on the window not allowed in?
On Dollar General?
Wow. No. The guy at Dollar General who does like the stocking, he'll see me in the aisle scanning like the like laundry soaps and stuff, and a lot of times he's like, "Oh, it must be Saturday, you're here again." Like, yeah, it's Saturday.
There is. What you gonna do about it? Just saving some money.
Well, I think you should be on that reality TV show. I think you would handle the pressure well. Devon will probably be okay watching the kids. Maybe we'll worry about that later, but
maybe not if you can't watch them for a fishing trip. Can't leave me alone with them. So
true.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure something out for you.
I'm not going on no fish trip. I'm allergic to fish.
Damn.
You're allergic to fish. Oh.
Why you? Come on, we're not at a restaurant. You ain't
I'm
gotta
begging you to stop going up my You got something to say? I don't know what I say. Leave. I don't bother you. I don't bother you.
You do bother me, so I'm bothering you.
Leave me alone, damn it.
God.
Devon, do you need a hug?
That made the guest room your studio.
It does. I did. Doesn't it look nice?
It looks wonderful.
Dog.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. I love the
It's not really my
cityscape.
dog.
cityscape in the background.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Devon, are you okay? Do you need a hug or a nap or something?
A hug and a nap. I took one earlier because I've been up since 3:00 this morning.
Took a long nap.
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll let you guys get back to fighting or arguing or loving or whatever you guys are doing there. Next week, do we? I think we have first announced for next week, right?
Yes, I Big Vito.
Big Vito. All right.
We're working to confirm that. But
That's gonna be fun.
he wants to go, and he was very excited about it. But I know he's having a conflict of interest with his work. So he's going to try scheduling. So he's working on that now.
All right. Well, let's hope he's able to make that happen. If not, then more embarrassing stories about Devon from Taylor.
Yes.